Yo, this is StyleKrong with a replay review from Dr. Pony that he sent in that he said he wanted to have me take a look at, so I'm gonna do that really quick. And by really quick, I mean we're gonna spend 27 minutes watching this, so it's a pretty long game. It's kind of to be expected on this map though, because Tomb of the Spider Queen almost always goes for like a full duration. It's almost always around, I don't know, each team getting to level 24 or something like that. It's notoriously hard to close out games on this map. But anyways, looking at the teams, we got Pony playing on Uther, and on his team we have Rainer and Vala and Sylvanas for damage, along with Johanna on tank. And on the other team we have Karazim supporting, a Butcher, Tychus, and Sergeant Hammer with a Diablo tanking. Right off the bat, I'd have to say probably favor Pony's team to win this game, simply because I'm not sure why, but I think that the name Warhawk seems familiar to me. I'm not sure. Anyways, there's not really a whole lot to support the Butcher with his dive on red team. We have Karazim who can like kind of dive in a bit, but unless they both stick to their targets, then Butcher's gonna have a pretty hard time staying alive. So there's that. If you can't tell, I like just woke up a little while ago, so I'm like not very energetic or alert. I'm pretty out of it. Also watching a random replay that I really have no idea what's going to happen in it, so I don't know. Kind of just out of it right now. So pretty much standard stuff happening right now. People just funneling in their coins as they get them. Lanes are pretty even, it looks like, right now. Sylvanas is pushing mid. Johanna is pushing top. Kind of interested to see what the big surprise is, or like what the main attraction in this replay is. So I'm guessing something interesting happened. Guess I should think of something to think about. And by think about, I mean talk about. Because thinking of something to think about is kind of counterproductive when you're trying to think of something to talk about. There was a new patch today. The first December patch came out. That's something. Apparently they came out with a festive treasure goblin mount that they're just going to get rid of at the end of the holidays. So that's kind of pointless, I think. It doesn't even have any skin variations, so it's kind of disappointing. New hero came out. The like dryad person, I don't even know what her name is. I forget. It's the bouncing bitch who doesn't have a mount, but like moves super fast, and she chucks spears at people because she's a spear chucker. And yep. I have no idea what to talk about, other than the fact that this Butcher just got caught because he chose a really bad way to go back to base. Good job, Butcher. Okay, Rainer's gonna get flipped, it doesn't matter because there's nobody here to follow up the Diablo grab. And now Diablo's way out of position and he's gonna die. Unless Rainer doesn't shoot him. Okay, RIP Diablo. If Diablo had just walked up this way instead of going back down to middle, he would have been fine, but apparently he decided he would like to donate a kill. So I'm guessing this is just going to be a slaughter. That's what it's shaping up to be. It's just like a completely one-sided game. I guess we'll see how it actually turns out though, but from what I'm seeing so far, this might just be a snowball game. Although the fact that it lasts for 27 minutes is kind of I can't find words. Words are difficult. It's kind of not indicating that it's going to be a snowball game. I probably really should have woken up before I watched this, but it's already kind of late in the day, so I kind of wanted to get this out of the way. Apparently Red got their turn in somehow. And Johanna's probably dead here. Yep. This is really, really exciting. I'm doing a really good job of commentating this. I am the best. I really have nothing, I don't know what to talk about. There's nothing really like that interesting about the two team comps. They're kind of just generic compositions. They don't really have anything like really interesting about them. It's like just your standard quick match compositions. I mean, nothing too crazy is happening right now either, other than some feeding. And, I don't know, I shouldn't have cast this right now, I should have saved this for later. Okay, so we got the big chase with the no kills. Wow, red team turns on that Rainer and kills him. Butcher tries to charge Johanna, who can just walk out of it, so clearly Butcher has grade A decision-making skills. You know it's bad when you're just looking at the timer and wondering when the game is going to be over. I don't know. I should probably like jump ahead or something. There's not really a whole lot going on right now. I mean, usually when I do these things, I pick like games that have really interesting comps or something, so I can kind of talk about how the heroes interact with each other. But I mean, there's like no synergy on this red team at all. Like literally no synergy. Like Karazin doesn't interact with anybody on the red team. Butcher has nobody to really support him. And like Tychus and Hammer are just kind of there. And I'm pretty sure it was a quick match game, so it's not like there was any decision making before the game based on the map. Okay, so Sylvanas and Johanna feed. That's always good, except not good. Tychus being super aggressive. Butcher probably feeding. I don't know why you would choose to go in there without your team. Somehow manages to just walk out of it. Other team is just her thing. Apparently in Quick Match they, if I'm not mistaken, fixed it to where both teams have to have a warrior, or both teams don't have a warrior. And they make it. They made it so like warriors are treated like supports, where either both teams have one or both teams don't have one. In the last patch, so that's kind of good. It's something they've had to do for the past like year, and they've finally done it. So it's kind of nice. Aglo's doing some flips. He's flipping pancakes. No kills though. Well, this turned out to be really exciting. Really completely not falling asleep in my chair. Totally not doing that right now. Okay, so there's a team fight. Blue team's just gonna disengage. Monk gets stasis. Johanna feeds. So I'm guessing this is just gonna be a comeback game, because red team is pushing really hard right now. So they have the momentum, but this map notoriously is really difficult to close out. So even if you end up taking out all of your enemy's keeps, it doesn't really matter, because it usually all just comes down to one team fight at level 24. And that pretty much determines the game, because I think this map is pretty poorly designed. But the map mechanic is just not very powerful or influential. Like, it's influential up until around level 20, and then it just ceases being important whatsoever. It's not like Sky Temple or something where the mechanic guarantees you the win if you capture it. It's just kind of there. But this blue team is like feeding some more. Tony runs away. But yeah, I don't know if I would call it like bad map design, or if it's just the way they intended the map to be. But like, it's really hard to actually close out the game. You pretty much have to have a really, really strong tank who can engage really decisively and basically just solo tank the core. If you're gonna win on this map. Yeah, it looks like Blue's just gonna keep feeding. And I'm guessing this doesn't change until probably around 75% of the way through the game. I'm guessing that's how it goes. It's 15-6 right now. I'm guessing if I just like jump ahead here, we're gonna see like red team in the mini-map just keep pushing. Unless they like throw. Is red team gonna throw at boss? I don't think they can. No. Okay, so red team just gets boss for free. They're gonna push. Pretty expected outcome. They're gonna push, wipe some more keeps off the map. I'm guessing around this point here in the game that we're jumping to is going to be where the kind of comeback starts once both teams are post level 20. I really hate this replay system. It's absolutely garbage. It's like you had to sit here for literally 3 minutes waiting for this thing to buffer. It's like so bad. It makes analyzing any sort of replay almost impossible because you would have to edit out the downtime just waiting to jump to a certain part of the replay. It's like, why can't you just load the entire replay first and then let us move between the various segments like any other replay in any other game ever made? Instead, we have to have this really, really junky system that Blizzard is probably never going to fix. So, pretty much replays for Heroes of the Storm are always going to be next to unwatchable. Because if you ever want to rewind and rewatch something in a replay, you have to wait for this stupid buffer to go every single time. Alright, so I'm guessing this is where the comeback starts. Blue team is just disengaging. Kerosene isn't with red team right now, which is probably why they're throwing. And they just lost both of their range carries because Kerosene was at bottom. So, RIP red team. It's gonna give like a lot of map pressure to blue. Sylvanas says, lol, what's happening? This is Tome of the Spider Queen, that's what's happening. That's what this map is. It's like Comeback City. And now Kerosene is on a 30-second displaced timer along with Diablo. So red team pretty much just threw the game. More specifically, Kerosene pretty much threw the game by not being with his team this late in the game. He was like down bottom doing some random garbage. So I guess blue can thank Kerosene for the throws. Also, Sylvanas is pretty strong on this map. She can just, while you're in this comeback phase, you can just shoot enemy keeps and disable them. Which lets you just capitalize even more on the late game respawn timers. Oh yeah, okay, we probably have like one more fight here, one more team fight. And I'm assuming blue wins. That is my guess. Even though it seems like red team has had the stronger team fight all game. But I mean, having level 20 Raynor and level 20 Vala now on red team is really big with double Nexus Frenzy. So, I guess we'll see what happens. Apparently, Sergeant Hammer didn't go for Nexus Frenzy, which is really bad. Okay, so last team fight of the game. Divine Shield on Raynor to prevent him from dying to his terrible positioning. And Diablo just came back, bearing in mind that Diablo now is going to be a lot less tanky because he doesn't have all of his souls. Butcher goes for like a really weird charge. He cancels it though, which is kind of good. These guys cannot do boss right now. If these guys go for boss right now, they're going to throw the game. They're way too low on HP and mana. Actually, their mana is fine. I guess they could, if they wanted to, go for a really ballsy boss capture. Because Kerosene can heal pretty well on boss. This is the worst timing though. Look at this. You see this shit? Look where Tychus just went. Why the fuck are you down here, bro? Look at this. What reason in the entire world does this guy have for being down here? None. He just threw the game. This guy right here, right now, is throwing the game. If Tychus is up here right now and these guys come to contest, then it's a 5v4 and they win the game. Instead, Tychus is down here picking his ass because he thinks that doing these two pointless things is more important. Look at this. What is he doing? He's actually throwing the game. Whatever. That's the biggest throw I've ever seen in my life. If I had that Tychus on my team, I'd be yelling at him so much. What is he even doing right now? He literally threw the game. That one decision from Tychus. And then these guys get boss. Yeah, impressive. Impressive throw from Tychus. Unbelievable. What is this? He ulted? He ulted the mercenary camp. Unbelievable. This has to be the worst player I've ever seen in the entire game. I feel really bad for that guy because of how bad he is at this game. Oh my goodness. How is that? How do you make that decision? You're 26 minutes into the game, and you decide to go capture a fucking siege camp rather than support your team with taking boss. I don't even... what's the thought process there? That's mind-blowing. I don't even know how you can throw a game that badly. Anyways, that was the replay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Biggest throw I've ever seen. Anyways, take it easy until next time.